broad brush.
Yep.
But first of all, I mean, you've done brilliantly in the ODI recent series, and you will be going into this series as favourites. Is that something that you carry lightly? Do you quite enjoy being favourites in the tournament, or do you get something out of being an underdog?
I think we're probably used to it, to be honest. Like we go into a lot of series, I guess we're expected to perform really well and be successful. So I guess how we try to see it as a team is, like, it sounds so cliche, but like trying to always drive our standards, trying to maintain our standards, whoever we're playing against, and have the mentality that we're playing against the best team in the world every time we play. And look, New Zealand have got some amazing players. Like you saw the Sophie Devine innings against us in New Zealand, the way she played out there. Like she just won the game for them and really took it away from us. So we know how dangerous the Kiwis can be as well. They've got some world-class talent. Mealy Kerr as well, I think, is one of the best players in the world. So yeah, they're going to be no mean feat. But I think in terms of our mentality, it doesn't change too much in terms of the expectation of who we're playing, I guess, and the expectation to win.
But you did win that series away from home as well. So that must give you a lot of confidence when you're back on podium.
Yeah, certainly. I think we're still finding our best cricket in ODI format. I think we're really playing some brilliant cricket in T20. ODI probably, I think there's a few areas we could do a little bit better. I think that last game we played against Pakistan at Chelmsford was the perfect sort of blueprint of how we want to play our ODI cricket. Sort of dominate those sort of teams in the way that we played, and the sort of the tempo of the game, we got that really right, I think, in that game. So yeah, we just want to do more of the same. Obviously, T20 is a bit more of a focus at the moment with that World Cup coming up, but there's a hell of a lot of big ODI games in the next couple of years. So making sure we're trending really well and we're getting real clarity on how we want to play the game and putting in some good individual performances.
How difficult is it to make that switch mentally between ODI and T20?
Yeah, it can be tricky. I think you throw in the odd test there as well. It can be hard to switch between those formats, but you just got to do things for a little bit longer, hold your skill for a little bit longer with the ball and try and extend your innings a bit more and have bigger partnerships with the bat. So it's something we're I guess, used to doing. I think particularly younger girls have played so much T20 and not a huge amount of one-day cricket. So when we do play these one-day series, trying to be really clear on the tempo that we want to go at things, and in ODI cricket you have to adapt a little bit more to the ebbs and flows of what's going on. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good one and we can do that.
We've obviously had a chance to have a quick look at the pitch, and the weather looks set fair, which is great, especially in Durham. What do you make of it out there?
Yeah, it's just coming up actually. It's been out in the sun most of the day, so it's pretty dry. So obviously we've had lots of hot weather. I think it will probably turn a little bit, which obviously is great for the spinners that we have. But actually it'd be really great conditions for us for what we've got coming up with Bangladesh. It's going to be hot. It's going to be 30 degrees, someone said today. I don't know if that's a fake news, but yeah, it's going to be hot. Pitch is going to be a little bit dry and it's going to spin. So yeah, it'd be really good for obviously those Bangladesh conditions that we have. And yeah, we're generally a pretty fit team, I think. So hopefully we'll cope with the heat really well.
To be honest, 30 degrees does sound a little bit fake news.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
Yeah, it does a little
yeah.
bit.
I did hear about a heat wave though. I don't know
Like
if that's fake news. Yeah, I do actually. I haven't played here too much, to be honest. We obviously played against Sri Lanka here last year, and we had a big gap before then. I think I missed the T20 against India, but yeah, it's a cool place to come. Durham's a beautiful little city to be in, so yeah, it's nice to come up north, especially for the girls that are sort of northern. We don't always head up here as much, so yeah, nice to be here.
And I noticed you brought in Rihanna, or was it Rihanna?
Rihanna.
Donald Gate into the squad as well. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so Rhi will join up with us this afternoon. So Kate Cross has just got a little niggle in her ab, so we just wanted a little bit more cover. And Rhi's a brilliant young player. She really impressed in the England A trip to New Zealand, and she's been the standout bowler domestically in 50-over cricket. I think she's in all her 50-over games this year. She's averaging about 12. So she's a really bright prospect. She's really accurate. She's got really good skills, and obviously an exciting young cricketer. So I don't know her too well, so I'm actually looking forward to getting to know her and welcoming her into the squad later today.
That's fine for me, thank you.
Let me just ask, obviously, Durham Cricket's got one of the franchises when the professional structure changes. Do you think you guys being here, especially this year, can sort of help build excitement for that?
Yeah, I hope so. From what I've heard, there's a huge amount of excitement. It's great news for the clubs. They're obviously really passionate about getting that team and put in a really good bid. So, yeah, I think it's great that cricket's sort of spread in the far reaches of the countries. I grew up in Plymouth, and that's kind of, I guess, the opposite end of the country, but out in the sticks a little bit more and can be forgotten. So I think it's pretty cool that Durham has got the franchise. They're obviously very good at producing players in the men's game as well, so hopefully that sort of pathway system. And you saw it actually with the net bowlers and the structure they've got over the last few days. Like, it's been really slick, and some of the young bowlers from the men's side that they've got are really, really talented youngsters. So hopefully they can use that to develop really good female players in their pathway in the future.
Just to sort of build on that, in some respects it's difficult for you to answer, but from what you've seen, do you think that Durham are prepared to sort of make the absolute most of this opportunity?
I'm answering in the dark a little bit here, but I hope so. I think obviously all teams that got that Tier 1 bid are really excited and want to make an impact on the women's game. I know it's the same down at Somerset. They're really excited for that chance to be part of the next level of women's domestic cricket. So I'm sure it's exactly the same up here. I don't know the details of what they're doing, but they're really passionate about it, and that's a huge start in obviously being successful and trying to develop that domestic setup up here. So yeah, I'm sure they do a really good job.
So this block of games you've got coming up, the ODIs and then the T20s, goes without saying that you want to win every single game, but is there sort of performance goals for the squad to try and get out of this block of games?
Yeah, look, winning is obviously really important, and with that T20 World Cup coming up, we want to build that momentum, but also get the combinations of 11 that we play on the field, get that right. We might try a few things that we're thinking about doing in Bangladesh that might not necessarily match the conditions that we're playing in here, but we feel like it's something we want to try, as we potentially might use it in Bangladesh. I'm talking more about the T20 series here, obviously, but yeah, there might be a few little bits that we try, and the main thing is about trying to get the whole squad in the best place that we can and give that clarity around roles as much as we can. But also, like in an ideal world, as a captain, I want my bowlers to be able to bowl in all different phases and really, I guess, have that element of bowling players in different areas when the matchup's right or when I get a feeling, and having that flexibility, I guess, as a bowling group. We've been trying to build that a little bit over the last year or so. So yeah, obviously winning is the main thing, but yeah, there's little sort of narratives, I guess, inside of that as well.
That's good for me, thank you very much.
Thanks, Simon. Any other questions from the room?